Hello, today is Friday, May 28th. Hi, Adam. Adam said hi to me this morning, and I heard him. He was walking by Joan when she was watching the video, and she said, "Hi, Sandy." So I'm saying, "Hi, Adam. How you doing?" Anyway, today is Friday, May 28th, and we do have birthdays today. We have lots of birthdays. Today is Linda Hughes' 50th birthday. Thank you for reminding me, Linda, but you were in my calendar, but I told you guys, let me know just to make sure, because I've missed a couple because they didn't cross over. But today is her 50th birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Deborah Higgins' birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Deborah. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Kim Landwehr. 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 Kim. You knew it. I have to mess up somebody's name. So Kim, you're the fortunate one. Ding, ding, ding. I get to mess up your last name. I don't mean to, but I can't help it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kim. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Nick over at WW Gaze. Today is Nick's birthday. I don't think he watches me. I think he only watched me for a hot minute, and I don't think he watches anymore. But I'm still going to sing to him. It's still his birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you all have a great birthday. This weather in Michigan is just driving me crazy because Monday and Tuesday I had my air conditioning on because it was almost 90 degrees and the humidity was like you wouldn't believe it. And this morning I had to turn the heat on because it is raining, it is drizzling, it is 43 degrees, and my house is cold. It's not so much cold as damp. So I had the air conditioning on Monday and Tuesday, and guess what? I have the heat on today. I don't understand it. This weather, I just don't understand it. I mean, it's not summer yet, but still, it's like ridiculous. And tomorrow it's only supposed to go up to 48. And then it's slowly going to start, working its way back up. The nice thing about the rain is I don't have to worry about getting the hose out, dragging it around. I have like a really long hose. I have two hoses on either side of the house, but the one on the other side of the house, it's too hard to get through my flower gardens. And so I just stretch the other hose out and just wind that up. That one I can do the flowers in the backyard and the front at the same time. So I can let Mother Nature water my flowers today. So that works out good. Yesterday I was talking about the helicopters, and I brought one in from outside to show you what I'm talking about. I'm sure everybody has them so they know what I'm talking about. It's like this little seedling. I'm trying to show you how it looks. It's kind of hard to see. We call them helicopters in Michigan. Lainey at Lainey's Life said that she calls them Pinocchio noses. I've never heard that one. What do you call them in yours? I don't even know what kind of tree that is. I should know. Part of my science classes, I should have known about the trees. But they clog up your filter, something terrible in the pool. And then they're hard to skim, and it's just, it keeps you running. But they last for about 2 months or so. Right now, the fish flies are coming, or the mayflies, whatever you call them in your area. We call them fish flies. My sister Sue was deathly afraid of fish flies. They don't have a mouth. They only live for 24 hours. You want to have a lot of them because it means you have a healthy lake. But if you live on the lake, like my sister-in-law Molly and my brother Mike, no, you don't want them because like your car is like covered with them. It's like you can't see your car. I saw a picture on Facebook. If I can find it, I'll put it right here. But it gives you a general idea. And then when you walk on them, they crunch. But my sister Sue was deathly afraid of them. My sister Sue was 3 years younger than me. And the mean child, the mean big sister that I was, is I used to go and catch them. You don't even have to catch them. They're so dumb. They just land. And then you just pick them off, you grab them by the wings, and then you put them. And I got this great big, like a well, it wasn't a Tupperware, but it was like a butter container. All the butter containers we used to call Tupperware when I was growing up. If they had a lid, they were plastic, they worked. But anyway, I'd poke some holes in it so that they wouldn't die. And I'd put all of these fish flies in the bucket. And I'd wait till Susie was asleep at night. This is mean. Oh my gosh, was I mean? And then I'd tap her on the shoulder and she'd wake up, and then I'd open the lid and then they'd start flying away. She'd go, ah! Oh, those were the days. Or I'd run after her with just one. It was just, or like I would put one on her shoulder when she was sitting watching TV and she wouldn't know, and I'd say, Sue, what's that on your shoulder? And she'd look at it and she'd go, but you know what? That was my job. I was the big sister. I was supposed to be mean. Well, I wasn't supposed to be mean, but you know, I had to play a joke on her. It was fun. But anyway, the fish flies are coming next, so we'll get rid of those. And then we just get the flies and the mosquitoes. It's a change of seasons. We get all the little different bugs at the different times. What else was I going to talk about? Obviously, I didn't go for a walk because it's raining. I know I could carry an umbrella. I don't carry an umbrella. I know, we've been through this too. I just think it's kind of, I don't know, pain in the arse. It's just a pain to hold this umbrella while you're walking. It's like, it's like you're saying to everybody that's looking, I might melt because I'm so precious. That's just how I think. You get wet, you get wet. Anyway, I'd like to know what color this sweatshirt is. I really would. Because the shirt, everybody told me, was yellow. And I think it's kind of close to this. So I want to know, which shouldn't have shown you the shirt because now you're going to tell me that this is yellow. I think this is a melon. I think this is a melon, like a cantaloupe, like I said the other day. I don't think this is yellow. I take the general consensus that everybody said that my shirt was yellow. I'll accept that. I don't believe it, but I'll accept it. But I don't think that this is the least bit yellow. But you know what? It shows up yellow on camera because I know all of you are going to tell me, sorry, Sandy, it's yellow. It's not. It's really not. It just shows up as yellow. It's like the color of a cantaloupe. It really is, but it doesn't appear that way on the camera. But what color does it look like to you? Let me know. I'll accept whatever you say, but you know what? Let me preface that by saying I won't criticize anything you say because I'll never in my mind be convinced that this is yellow. But if you think it's yellow, you let me know because I want to know. And then what else was I going to tell you about? Oh, the Novocaine. Everybody thought I was so brave. It wasn't that I was so brave. In a way I was, because it did hurt. But I always get upset when you go to the doctor's and you have a 1 o'clock appointment and you don't get in there till like 1:25 or 1:30 because the patient before you was either late or their procedure ran a little bit longer than it should have. But most cases it's because they're late. You have that first appointment of the day that's late and it just throws off the whole day. My thinking is if you're more than 5 minutes late, and they are ready for you when it was the 5 minutes time. Like if your appointment's at 8 o'clock and they were ready for you at 8 o'clock and you don't show up till 5 after 8, you have to rebook your appointment. You just do, because it's not fair to everybody else that shows up on time. It's just not. I pride myself on getting to places like 10 or 15 minutes early. I really do, because even with my appointment yesterday, they wanted me to be there at 12:30. I was there at 12:20. And they took me right in. And so it was like, and one of the reasons I didn't get the Novocaine is because I knew that was going to throw off everything about 15 or 20 minutes. And so that means that the people that were coming at 1 o'clock, that their appointment was going to be pushed back to like 1:15 or so. So I thought, no, I'll just, suck it up, buttercup, and have that little bit. And then I didn't have to worry about my mouth being numb for the next couple hours. So it was a hard 30 seconds, let me tell you. But it was, it was worth it for the other ones. But there's got to be a way. I've noticed through the pandemic now, because I don't know about your doctors, but my doctor's always like double booked. So like you had 2 appointments for 1 o'clock, and then 2 appointments for 1:15, and then 2 appointments for 1:30. There is no way they were going to see 6 people in that 45 minutes time. There was no way. There's just no way. But with the pandemic, because they didn't want people in their waiting rooms, they only booked them like they should book them. 1 at 1 o'clock, 1 at 1:15, 1 at 1:30. So you didn't really have to wait that long. I don't know why they can't do that more often. So, started off the day, I had a slice of toast with a hard-boiled egg and a piece of cheese. And then for lunch, I plan on having some cottage cheese and pineapple. And for dinner, I'm going to have a tuna fish sandwich with some cucumbers and a tomato. So I'm going to stay on track. I did have a slight gain. I had a 0.4 gain this morning. When I say I'm fine with it, it doesn't mean that I'm happy that I had a gain. I'm just fine with the fact that it could have been so much more, because on Sunday I was really off the rails. I was like almost 3 pounds of a gain. So I did get back on track. At a 0.4, it could be anything. It really could. It's, it could be the medication that he put me on. It could be that I drank too much water yesterday. I could have had the salad I had too much sodium in it with the dressing. It's like a lot of things. So 0.4 in the whole scheme of things is not too bad. I really would have liked a loss, let me tell you. I would have liked a loss, but I do wake up every morning now with a whole new attitude. I can do this. I know I can do this. I don't have a doubt that I can do this. I was doubting myself through the whole month of May and probably half of April, if not all of April. Kind of doubting if I ever was really going to get back on track. I kept looking at that number and comparing it to where it was before, so I stopped doing that. It's gone. It's done. Like I was there once before. I'll get there again, but dwelling on the fact that I was there was keeping me from getting back there again. And so I'm not dwelling on it anymore. I'm just moving forward, moving on, thinking that, that was in the past. I'm going to do a little bit better this week. Just a little bit at a time. It's just not go so whole hog into it that I get discouraged, like wishing I could have things. I know I can have treats. I know I can have treats, but I was having cheats. There was no other word for it. It was cheats. I was going crazy eating too much stuff. And I have to just remember, this is the slow progress. Especially the older I get, the slower it goes. And I always tell you that it doesn't matter your age, it's not impossible. I will admit that the older you get, the harder it is. And so all you people out there that are like in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s, even your 60s, don't give up now. Persevere, stick with it. I know it's hard. I know it's really, really hard. And a lot of times you just think, is this what life is about, worrying about my weight? It's not really what your life is about, but taking control of your process of evaluating how you're going to eat each day is really worth it no matter what your age is. If you want to just think that you can eat fast food all the time and eat whatever you want without worrying about the scale, you're going to gain weight. But if you remember and remind yourself that, they always say it didn't go on overnight. It did. It did, because how many of us can just gain like 5 pounds overnight? I can gain 5 pounds overnight. I know I can. But then it takes me like weeks and weeks to lose that 5 pounds. There's just something wrong with that system. It just really is. I don't understand it. I never have understood it. A lot of times I can't figure out, like I can be on plan perfectly for the week and then get on the scale and not lose as much as I thought, and then get discouraged and think I'm going to eat whatever I want, and then the next week have a tremendous loss. And then I think, I ate whatever I wanted. Maybe I tricked my body into thinking that, it needed more food. No, I think my body just needed to wait a week to readjust to show me my true loss. I do agree that sometimes if you eat the same things, your body gets used to it, and you have to change it up a little bit. I do go along with that theory. But that doesn't mean that just because your body's used to having like eggs every morning means that instead you can have like chocolate chip pancakes with extra syrup and like sausage and bacon and eggs and all of that. No, it just means that you can have your pancakes, but just not as many pancakes. You can have like a light butter instead of your like full fat butter, and like a sugar-free syrup, or even just cut back on your syrup. I now, which I've never done in the past, but I have started lately, is I measure out, I've always measured out my syrup, but I'd always like measure out my syrup and then pour it all over my pancakes, and then it would soak in, and it would be so good. It really would. But now what I do is when I have my pancakes, I have the syrup separate, and I cut the piece of pancake and dip it into the syrup. And I, for the most part, always have syrup left over. So I've gone from smaller and smaller and smaller, because I started off with like a third to a quarter, and now I'm like about an eighth of a cup of sugar-free syrup. And it's more than enough. When I had the third of a cup and I poured it all over, I always thought that was more than enough. And it really was. It was more than enough. But you know, little tricks. You got to teach yourself little tricks and get along there. And just know it's slow. It's really, really slow. But it's so worth it. It really is. I felt so good. I feel really good that I've lost and kept off 81 pounds. Don't get me wrong. I feel really proud of that fact. But I was happier, if that's the right word, when I had lost 95. I was a little bit more proud of myself at 95 pounds than I am at 81. Don't get me wrong. I'm really proud of the fact that I lost 81 pounds. But I had a little bit more pride in the 95. The 95 sounded so much better than 81. But the 81 sounds so much better than 55 that I lost before. Not if you've lost 55. I'm not saying that. For me, I'm talking about just strictly me. Because any amount of weight that you lose, if it's more than what you were before, is a better gain, is a better loss. It really is. So some people don't have to lose like 100 pounds. I've got to lose well over 100 pounds. But I'm back to just doing the 5-pound increments. So my next goal right now is just to get to 85 pounds. Not setting a date for it. I can't do that. I'm just working towards getting to 85 pounds. And then when I get to the 85-pound loss, then I'll readjust my sales and readjust my goals to 90 pounds. And just do it in 5-pound increments. And that's my plan. That's my plan for the month of June, is just do my best to get towards my 5-pound loss. I might not lose 5 pounds in June, but I'm going to get towards that 5-pound loss in June. That's my goal. And my other goal is to really have a healthy weekend. And we're not doing a celebration on Memorial Day. Just Jim and I, we're going to barbecue some burgers and have some corn on the cob. The kids aren't coming over. Christy's got to work. Danny and Jimmy are golfing. And so there's no reason that I can't treat it like any other day. So anyway, that's going to do it for today. Hope you guys are all going to have a great weekend. Remember to try to stay on your plan this weekend. If you do have plans for Monday for the barbecues and stuff, just kind of readjust your eating on today, Saturday, and Sunday so that you can really, really, really enjoy your Monday. But if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.